I used to think being a roadman was really cool. When I was younger, growing up in school, when I was kind of alone and I didn't feel accepted by my peers or respected by my peers or liked by my peers in any way, I did a lot of things during that period of time to try and fit in, to try and be accepted, to try and belong. And that got me into many bad situations, including the one that I'm going to mention in today's video. When I was 14 years old, I could have been stabbed. Now, we all do stupid shit when we're younger, but I put myself in this situation not knowing that this could happen. And so when it did happen, it literally scared the shit out of me. During the moment, obviously, it scared the shit out of me, but it scared the shit out of me in regards to where a life like this could lead me and what could end up happening. So I was reached out to by one of my friends one day during the lockdown period, and nobody was really obeying the rules at this time. No one was really staying in their house. People were out meeting and, doing things again. And there was supposed to be a fight happening between one of our friends, like a mutual friend of mine, and another group, a group that were from another area. And these two groups kind of had some bit of a rivalry, a bit of beef between them two. And I wasn't involved in that because I wasn't technically a member of that group. I was just friends with quite a lot of people that were, and so I was invited to come along. I was invited under the guise of, oh, you can come and watch this fight, see what happens. It's going to be fun. These guys are going to have a scrap. It's going to be pretty fun, and it's something to do. And I was bored, stuck in my house, and I was like, you know what? I'll just go. So I went, and we turn up, and we go to the park where the fight is scheduled to happen. And we're waiting around for 5 or 10 minutes, and it starts to get really eerie. We start to get, well, I don't know if my friends started to feel this at the time. I wouldn't even call them my friends, to be honest, but the people I was with, I didn't know if they felt it, but I felt certainly an eerie kind of feeling, a feeling like something bad was going to happen. And usually our instinct, our gut feeling and our intuition can tell before even we can that something's about to happen. I should have listened to that, and I should have said there and then, I'm gone, see ya, this ain't for me. But I stayed because once again, I wanted to be accepted by these people. So I was like, well, I look like a pussy if I went, so I'm going to stay. And I'll be here if anything gets out of hand. I can jump in and lend a hand if things get out of hand. And that did happen, but there was nothing we could do about it. So out of nowhere, after 5 to 10 minutes of waiting around to see what's happening, some people are on the phone, some people are sending messages. I'm just waiting around thinking, this ain't right, there's something not right about this. But anyway, I stayed. And about 10 minutes later, we just see a group of about 6 guys, all balaclavaed up, all in black, and it's really dark at the time as well, so we can't even see anything. We can just see their shadows slowly moving towards us. And as this happens, I'm like, oh, here we go. The fight's about to happen, Here's the group, and we're going to see the fight. It's finally going to happen. And one of them, the one at the front, was a really tall guy. Now, I'm not the tallest of guys. I'm about 5'9", but this guy, he must have been about 6'3", 6'4". He was very tall, very slender, and he was balaclavaed up. You can only see his eyes, and you could barely see them. And what he does is he puts his hand here, and he pulls out, I kid you not, like a machete that's about this long, and he's literally brandishing it to all of us. And obviously, as you can imagine, we shit ourselves and we run for the hills. We sprint over the fields, and some people lost their shoes, some people were wearing sliders and they got lost in the fucking woods. But we had to run, and we ran for what felt like forever in that moment. But the adrenaline was just carrying us like nothing had ever carried us before. But when I got out, and when, it was safe and we weren't under threat anymore, I thought to myself, why am I even here? I'm just here to watch a fight, and I nearly got myself into a situation like that. And I was one of the front guys at the head of my group, so I was one of the first to actually I was in the firing line of this guy. And he started sprinting after us as well, and I think the rest of them did too. But then one of my mates went back and ended up speaking to him, and he's like, oh, he was never going to stab anyone, man. He was never going to stab anyone. I'm like, yeah, but why are you carrying a machete that long? It's about to be a fist fight between two guys. You know what I mean? It's just unnecessary, and we were utterly unprepared for that. And so obviously it shocked us. But anyway, yeah, I just think it's very important for us to ask ourselves if the people we are hanging around with are putting us in bad situations that we would otherwise not be a part of. Like, don't get me wrong, there are certain things that I would give my life for, certain principles. Like, for example, if an intruder came into my house and was about to attack my family and take everything that I care about away from me, I would defend that with my life, obviously. But you have to ask yourself, is the juice worth the squeeze? Like, are you willing to pay these consequences for this thing? Like, a lot of people, they're dying because of the postcode that they live in, or because of the people they are associating with, or because they're trying to make a bit of easy money, you know, running drugs or whatever. That never appealed to me because the risk just far outweighed the reward. And you have to ask yourself if that same thing applies to you. And I understand, because I thought they were cool as well. I understand how easy it is to think that the roadman kind of lifestyle, especially as a young lost man without purpose and direction, and without guidance from older men, without proper initiation into manhood. I completely understand why it's so easy for young men to be attracted into this kind of lifestyle, this rebellious, kind of edgy, from the outside, attractive kind of lifestyle. But it's all oriented at short-term rewards and not long-term success. So you have to ask yourself, are you willing to do that? Are you willing to sacrifice everything in the long term for the short-term rewards that this thing will give you, in terms of like the respect you'll gain, the attraction you'll get, you know, whether that be money or whatever it may be. And so I guess my final message for you after watching this video is to think very carefully before you put yourself in situations, to think very carefully about the people you are associating yourself with and what those people will attract and what you will attract by proxy of being with them. And also whether this lifestyle is really worth it, whether it's something that you really think is admirable and proper and good. Because I think we can all agree it's none of those things, and people make their own justifications as for why they pursue this kind of lifestyle. You know, get rich or die trying kind of mentality, but there are proper ways to do it and there are improper ways to do it. There are ways that are beneficial and there are ways that are harmful. And I think when you're able to look at it through that lens, then you're able to see what is going to lead you down a bad path and what is going to lead you down a good path. And honestly, it's better to be completely alone with no friends than to have friends that are leading you into these kind of situations and that are literally putting your life at risk. Too many people are dying from gang violence, from knife crime, etc. And I want to share this message because I don't want it to happen anymore. I don't want young, lost guys to be led down this path with the attractions of instant rewards and not understand the long-term implications and consequences of their actions. And so, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did enjoy, make sure you like and subscribe and share this video with someone you think might benefit from it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.